So hi, nice to meet you all. So yeah, I'm really young. I graduated just a few months ago, and so first I did just after high school a license degree in MIASH. You heard earlier the presenter Stephanie who did maths. This is exactly the same thing. It's mathematics and informatics applied to human sciences. So I did it for 3 years, and unfortunately, because of COVID-19, I didn't get an internship because they totally deleted these parts. It was really the beginning of the pandemic. But during my last year, I was able to start the magister at the same time. So I did both. So I was able to, in Master 1 after, do an Erasmus. So during this magister, you had a lot of different courses. I don't know if you still do this bond between your license degree and the magister, but this allowed me to have both diploma at the same time. And so I started my master 1. Usually you do your Erasmus semester, the first semester of master 1, but because of the pandemic, I couldn't, and I couldn't leave Europe at this time. So I left for the second semester, and I went to Finland in Turun University. Um, if you do an Erasmus, it will be really good for you. The film really likes it because it's a proof that you can speak in English. It's a proof that you can live abroad, you can be alone, you can be autonomous in a lot of stuff. And actually, there is not only a technical part when you apply to a job, but the human part is maybe, or at least in Capgemini, the most important thing. That we really look how you react, how you interact with people, and how you work. And so I did the API courses then for the Master 2. So my background is for film a little bit atypical because I did the Magister for big data, but for the Master it's more political economics. But that's something that actually firms are scared of, but at the same time they like it because it means that you can work about anything, every topic, and you know how to learn, how to work with people, how to interact. So they really are interested in it, so don't be afraid to apply about anything. And so my internship and my job actually now is in Capgemini. I applied thanks to an event created by AMU just 1 year ago. It was in November as well. I started this internship with a specific subject that I continue to work on today. It's about data, so it's not directly related to my master and more the magister part, but as I say, in master you will learn how to work in a team, and that's very important for them. They want to know how you will interact, as I said. But maybe some of you don't know what is Capgemini and what is the consulting. Actually, it's like I'm working for kind of two firms because I am with Capgemini, but I have a client. And actually now my client is CME CGM that you must all know in Marseille, I guess. Capgemini is the biggest firm in consulting in France, in Europe, and around the top 5 worldwide. We work in Aix-en-Provence data transformation. So we help the firm to transform and use a little bit more of their data. Even if it's a big firm, actually, they don't know really how to interact with data, how to transform them, how to use them properly and in security. So that's why we help with our specific domain, how to use them and how to teach all of them how to use data. And so we have a lot of big clients in the region, such as the biggest ones, CME, CGM, Airbus, and Pôle emploi. But we work with around 200 largest public companies on the Forbes global lists. And they are all pretty happy about us. But when you work with the client, actually you're not the only consulting firm working with them. So, for example, I work with Soprasteria, with Seji. You can apply to them as well. And you should not see them as a competitor, that they are against you. No, you really work all together. And we do that because you all know that data is the future. Actually, we are already into it, but not in the right way. So that's why there are a lot of mistakes, and we try to clean all of them and implement new rules how to interact with all those data. To do so, we have different communities. Myself, I'm in PER, so I work only with regional firm. But Capgemini is pretty huge. You can work all around the world. You can have a mission during just maybe 2 months to 4 years maximum. So you can be able to work with a team in USA, for example. I have some colleagues who are going to India today. So it moves a lot. If you want to work abroad, you can completely. And you can see this, I mean, me at least, I see this a little bit like freelance, but with the security to be with a team and to always have a job, you always have something to do. And also, if you want after to leave consulting, when you will do your resume, they will see a lot of different film, but they will have the security that it's not just because you want to change a lot, because you were in one film applied with different clients. So actually, it can be better at the beginning. So the new film will not say, okay, maybe she will leave me in 6 months if she doesn't like it. No, if you don't like it, you just say it to your career manager and change the mission. You can change the mission, but keep the same client. You can change the client, you can change the community, you can change actually everything, all you want. And even if you want to discover a new language, you want to learn something new, they have a huge catalog of formation. So you keep learning every day. It's really important. You never stop learning, actually. And thus, you can easily change from finance parts to business to the technical one if you want to be a developer, for example. But me, specifically, I'm into data governance. I remember when I was a magister, I thought that I will do a lot of coding, but actually now I'm not doing it at all. But it's still really important just to understand how it works. Big firms nowadays, it's kind of sad, but they work in silo. So each community have data and they don't communicate between them. Like, for example, the finance part and the human resources, they both need, I don't know, personal data. And they create their own data, but they don't realize that they should work together. In data governance, we intervene in this part. We have a foot in both house to explain to the IT that what they are doing is for the business, and the business, they need the IT. They should work together. They should clean all those data and secure them, because they don't realize they have a lot of problem with the security nowadays, because everyone is like, oh, data is awesome, and we need it, we'll do so many things with this, but they don't know how to do it, and they do a lot of mistakes, which can be kind of dangerous with personal data. You don't want your personal data to go everywhere. Everyone can know your phone number and everything. So the subject of my internship was about what we named data cleansing. And as you can see, I'm not done. I'm still doing it today, even in CDI. So it's more cleaning all the mistakes they did in the tool and created the tool at the same time, because only 2 years ago, they didn't have anything to monitor all this data. At the same time, so we need to monitor them. So around the middle of at the beginning of the internship, I knew that I would stay at Capgemini. They said directly at the beginning, if everything is okay, if there is no problem, you will have a CDI. So at the middle, they told me, okay, you're gonna start at the same time the subject you're gonna have in CDI. So it was more about data monitoring. So you take the tool of data governance where we upload all the data, and we must more particularly define all the rules. So I work in team. I can't work at all alone. So that's why it took a lot of time, because during holidays, people are not there, so I can't really work properly. And also because in master, the last year, I discovered that I really like data valorization. I asked to Capgemini into the client if I can do that, if I can be in, let's say, data monitoring and data valorization is more about data quality. So I wanted to teach to people, to send a message, to explain to them that even if you don't like it, you are already using data in your daily life. And you have to explain to them specifically how they can help you. So my main advice for you is really don't let the technical part of your study be the most important thing in your life. Actually, when you upload, it's more the human part. You should know how to learn, how to work in a team, and specifically apply to everything. When I applied, it was not to a specific internship position. I just knew for 3 years that I wanted to go to Capgemini, and I did it. And even if today, don't worry, I have 4 propositions for you as internship that will lead to CDI, but really you can upload everywhere. You can even go to the concurrents if you want. That's not a big deal. Even if I think that Capgemini is the best, you can go everywhere. And I'll be there this afternoon, so I will not take too much time, but if you have any question, you can come later and see me.